Hi, Team Learn at Home, and hi for those of you who are in class. Today we have a new Delta Math assignment. This is going to get us ready for the test on Thursday. So it's 2.2 here, rational numbers in order of operations. Let's go through the different topics one by one to give you a preview. One thing that you absolutely need when doing your Delta Math is some paper. All right, so you want to have some paper beside you or a whiteboard or some writing surface that you can put down your thoughts and organize your thinking so that you can answer challenging questions like 2/3 divided by 7/8. So this, I would write this as 2/3 divided by 7/8. And the bigger line in the middle really helps me understand that this is divide this fraction by that fraction. Okay, so I would write this horizontally first. And here I have division of fractions question. To divide fractions, you flip and multiply. You keep the first one, change it to a multiplication question, and flip the second. Now, multiplying fractions is very straightforward. You multiply top times top, and that's over bottom times bottom. 2 times 8 is 16. 3 times 7 is 21. This is the answer, 16 over 21. Oh, I'm in French. My keyboard is in French. There. Over 21. And there we go. Hooray. All right, so let's put this back in English, not Chinese, English. There we go. Let's do another one. So we'll hopefully get a multiplication one. Oh, it's another division one. Oh, this one is 5/3 divided by 3/5. That's 25 over 9. I just flipped and multiplied in my head. And you can do that too if you practice. All right, let's do another one. Oh, another division one. This one's 5/7 divided by 7/5. Oh, this is 25 over 49. It's another one where you end up squaring the fraction. Interesting. Okay, so I want another problem, and here we go. There we go. It's a multiplication problem. Multiplication is very straightforward compared to the other three operations. You just go top times top over bottom times bottom. 1 over 2 times 3 over 4 equals 1 times 3 on top and 2 times 4 on the bottom is 8. 3 over 8. Okay, I was about to write 6, and I was like, oh, that's not 6. Why is that not 6? It's not 6. That's how you do those. Now, multiplying and divide fractions level 2, this introduces the negative sign. We want to make sure that we can manage this negative sign when we're seeing a question where we're multiplying fractions. So here I'm dividing a negative by a positive. There's one negative sign in there. That means my answer will be negative. Okay, so I have, just writing this out, 5 over 4, but it's negative. I write it that way. They write it this way. Okay, don't do it their way, do it my way. Divided by 2 over 9 is equal to negative 5 over 4 times 9 over 2 is equal to negative 5 times 9 is negative 45 on top, over 4 times 2 is 8 on the bottom. Doesn't share factors, done final answer. I haven't seen any that cancel yet, so here we go. This one has some canceling that we can do. All right, so with this, there's a couple problems with this one. What's one problem? That's we have here minus 2/3 times 7/6. Is that 2 and 6 share a factor? So if I just do top times top over bottom times bottom, I get negative 14 over 18, which is true, but is not reduced. What I want to do is divide out the 2, the shared factor. So 14 can be written as 7 times 2, so I just have negative 7 on top over 9. Divide that one by 2 also. There we go. That is the answer, negative 7 over 9. Hooray. Okay, so let's go back. Adding and subtracting fractions is the more important, well, the more challenging skill. And we start with an easy one. So 1/12 subtract 5/12 is equal to, because they already have a common denominator already, I can just write it over the common denominator, 12, 1 minus 5. 1 minus 5 happens to be minus 4 over 12, and so that would give me minus 1/3. I divide both by 4. So the factor 4 comes out, and that gives me 3. Okay. Pat yourself on the back. All right, let's do another. Okay, here we go. We have to create a common denominator here, and this is a good one because I can show you two different methods. Here's the long way. Copy it out. Oh, notice I always start by copying it out. Also, notice how quickly I do it. I don't sit around and look at it and go, oh, I don't want to, and then do it, because that's just wasting my time. So I smile and do it. Okay, and then here we go. So the long way is to say, well, I'm just going to multiply this top and bottom by 12. I see this 12 over here. I want that factor 12 in there. That'll do it. And then I'm going to multiply top and bottom here by 8. This is 1. This is 1. So it's going to be, I'm not going to change the fractions by multiplying them that way. Just change how they look. So then I can do 12 times 11, which is 132. Yeah, 132 over 12 times 8. 12 times 8 is 104. Plus 7 times 8, which is 56, over 104. Okay, so now I have this, this is equal to that. And then, now that I have it over the same denominator, I can do 132 plus 56, which is 188 over 104. And then I notice, well, they share a factor 4. 188 is divisible by 4, and 104 is divisible by 4. 188 over 104. And I could use factor trees here. I could say, well, let's factor this 188. I can see that it's divisible by 4. And so I'm like, well, what is that? And then I go ahead and I open up a calculator and I say 188 divided by 4 equals 47. Okay, there we go. 47 is prime, so that's done. And I already know 104 divided by 4. I take a 4 out. Well, what do I have? Well, that would be 26. Cool. How do I get 104? What was that coming from? 12 times 8. Have I made a mistake? I think I have. 108. 8 times 12 is 80 plus 2 times 8 is 96. It's not 104. It's 96. See how I found my mistake? I found my mistake because I'm always thinking about these things. And actually, it doesn't matter because I still get a common denominator here, 96. 96. 104 was 8 times 13, not 8 times 12. Okay, over 96. So now I need to factor 96, not 188. Okay, so don't need you. 96 divided by 4. Well, that's 24. 24 divided by 4. So let's write this out again. 188 was 47 times 4. 4 times 47 over 4 times 24. There's my answer, 47 over 24. Let's try it. Hooray. Okay, so what's the easier way, Mr. Jennings? That would help you avoid that mistake. Let's just copy the question again. Well, actually, I'm just going to erase it. Oh, go away, ruler. All right, here we go. Is instead of multiplying by the biggest factors available, just find the smallest ones. 8 is 2 times 2 times 2. 8 is 2 to the 3. 12 is 2 times 2 times 3. So 8 needs to have a factor 3 added to it. So I'll just multiply that 3 over 3. And 12 needs to add a factor 2. And then they'll have the same number of factors on the bottom. That's going to create a common denominator of 24. This is 33 over 24 plus 14 over 24. There's my 47 over 24. Right there, 47. Okay, so that's how those are done. Addition, and I haven't done any subtraction of fractions. Oh, maybe I have 12 17ths minus 3 17ths, so it's negative 1 17th. Top plus top, so 2 minus 3 is minus 1. And the piece size didn't change, 17. Okay, so that's correct. Now let's do one more. 1/8 minus 11 70-seconds. Great, I love this question. This is so beautiful. All right, so first get a pen. 1 over 8 minus 11 over 72 equals, well, I can multiply this top and bottom by 9, and that creates a common factor. So this is 9 over 72 minus 11 over 72. Did you notice that this is negative 2 over 72? Take out the factor 2 from both of these. Negative 1 over 36 is the same. They go through and do the same types of steps. See, they multiply 8 a bunch of times, then they multiply 72 a bunch of times and find that that's there. But I think that's time consuming. I just do factor trees and find out how to do it that way. So I like factor trees. There it is. Final answer. Okay, you want to look at those and learn from them. Converting fractions to decimals is it's about as straightforward as straightforward. What you do is you do what this says to do. You say 19 divided by 30, and then it tells you that that's 6.3 repeating. And then put the 6 under here, and put the 3 under the repeating part. And say submit answer. Yes. Hooray. Okay, so that's how you do those. 10 over 11, I think it's like 0.09090909. Let's see. 10 divided by 11 equals 0.0909090909. Okay, so this is 0.09 repeating. Submit answer. I put that under the repeating part, not under the non-repeating part. The bar means repeat those numbers infinitely. My answer is not correct. Okay. What? Oh, 9090909. I put it the wrong way. Good. Thank you, Delta Math, for the extra chance. Yes, that is correct. Okay, there we go. So that's how you do those. Now, how do you convert fractions to decimals? This is a little trickier. 43. Wait, I just talked about that. How do you convert terminating decimals to fractions? Let's take a look. 0.55. Okay, so what you do is you put it into a fraction. That's 55 hundredths. So let's write 55 hundredths. 55 over 100. And then I'm very clever, and I can spot that this has a factor 5 and that has a factor 5. Divide both of these by 5, and you get 11 over 20. Hooray. Let's do another one. 124 over this time 1,000. Why? Because this is the thousandths place. And then I look at this, and I'm very clever, and I spot that both have a factor 4. All right, so I'm going to divide 124 by 4. 124 divided by 4, I'm just going to take the factor tree out, and that gives me 31. 31 is prime. So divide that by 4 is 250. So this is equal to 31 over 250. Right. All right, let's keep going. Got a little bit of time before they ring the bell. Okay, so that's terminating. Convert fractions, decimals, and percents. Okay, convert this to a fraction in simplest form and a decimal. So as a decimal, it's 0.874. I need to move the decimal place twice. Less than 1, because 1 is 100% of one pizza. So 1 is 100%. And this, well, it's less than 1, so I'll put the decimal there. As a fraction, well, I can turn that into a fraction using what we've just done, and it looks like this. 874 over 100,000. That, it's not divisible by 8, but it's divisible by, is it divisible by 4? I don't think so. No, it's not. It's divisible by 2. Each are divisible by 2, and that's it. That's the only factor that's going to come out. How do I know? Well, what you can do with my method is just take out the 2, and then you'll find that you get, well, 4 divided by 2. Wait, strange, eh? Oh, wait, there's 7. There it is. So I get 274 divided by 2. Yeah, 37. 237. And 237 is relatively prime to 500. So when I divide 1,000 by 2, I get 500. And then 237 on top. Divided by 2, it's 437. My goodness, 437. See, it's okay to make mistakes. You just got to be able to catch it. 437 over 500. Didn't catch that one mistake, Mr. Jennings. Delta Math caught it. Yeah, right. I know. Yeah. Okay. So let's convert fractions, decimals, and percents. One-step equations. Now we get to the one-step and two-step equations. I'm going to show you some two-step equations and then some with fractions. Okay. Here, our goal is to find out what is x. X is an unknown number. It's sitting in the middle of that equation, and we'd love it if it were written this way. X equals blah, 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 blah. Because then we just evaluate blah, 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 and we know x. Let's see if we can rearrange this equation to find x. 47 is equal to negative x over 11 plus, one of my favorite numbers, 43. Okay. Now, first thing that I do is I recognize that x is being hidden by a whole bunch of numbers. It's hidden behind a 43. So let's subtract 43 from this side of the equation. Wait, you can just do that, Mr. Jennings? Yeah, but I have to do it with the other side too. And then it's still true. So 47 minus 43 is 4. 4 is equal to negative x over 11. And now I might say, well, if that were negative 44 in there, that would be negative 44. It should be positive 44. 44 divided by 11 is indeed 4. But if you don't know that, then what you do is you say, oh man, I'm dividing by 11. I want to multiply this by 11 then. I'm going to multiply both sides by 11 so that I get 44 is equal to negative x. And then I can multiply by negative 1, say. Just flip the signs on both sides of the equation to get negative 44 is equal to x. Done, final answer. Okay, one more. Okay, so here, subtract 25 from both sides of the equation. Leaves you with 64 on that side. 64 divided by 8 is 8, so C is 8. Okay, congratulations, I'm done. So now I'm going to do another one. Here I add 11 to both sides to get negative 45 on that side, and A is negative 9. You want to do so many of these that they become fast. And then the rest of your math career is going to go very smoothly and easily. Let's do fractional coefficients. These are more fun. Harder, more fun. So here, negative 3 over 10, C. Plus 24 equals 27. Okay, same thing. I don't like this adding 24 business. I'm going to subtract it from both sides. And what that gives me is that negative 3 times some number divided by 10 is equal to 3. Okay, so this number here must be negative 10. How do I know? Well, I could divide by negative 3 over 10. And I would divide both sides. And then I would flip this and multiply. Okay, so the 10 would be on top and the negative 3 would be on the bottom. The 3's would cancel, and I'd be left with negative 10. That is C. Okay, but I don't do that because it's more time consuming. I just multiply by negative 10 over 3. Okay, I just flip this fraction here over and multiply that both sides. The 3 cancels the 3, and there's my answer, negative 10. Why does that give me my answer? Because here the 10 cancels the 10, the negative cancels the negative, the 3 cancels the 3, and I'm left with C. So C is equal to negative 10. Okay. So these are all really key skills. You're going to see some of these on the test, things like these on the test. And order of operations is always a part of math. Order of operations, bedmas. So with these questions, you're going to drill your bedmas really quickly and have fun doing so, I hope. So what you do is you look at this and you can copy it down and write it. I've given you lots of seconds to do your practice. 30 divided by negative 10 brackets squared is, I believe, this whole question. Yeah, so let's just shrink that a bit there. So what I do here is brackets first. So that means do this division even before that exponent. So that would be equal to negative 3 squared, which is equal to negative 3 times negative 3, which is 9. Positive 9. Okay, here, 2 plus negative 6 squared. Let's do the negative 6 squared first. Is 36. 36 minus 2, 34. Negative 90 over 9, and then plus negative 8 times negative 1. Do the multiplications first here, and the division first here. And then you have this negative 10 plus 8. Negative 10 plus 8, negative 2. Okay, this one is negative 7 squared, which is 49, and then negative that, so negative 49. 10 plus negative 8 squared is 74. It's 10 plus 64. There you go. This is negative 16. This is 0. There's this is negative 25. This is 4. This is, anyway, blah, blah, blah. So you can actually build up a big score by doing lots in a row, and you can try and beat my best time. A student already has. So go for it, everybody. And there's also other ones there to practice. So you can also practice finding the greatest common factors and least common multiples. And these you'd use factor trees to do. So I hope your math practice is fruitful today. Any questions, hit me up by email. And if you've made it this far in the video, send me the secret code word, which is Munchkin Foo. Okay, send me the secret code word and I'll know you watched the whole video. Bye for now, everyone.